It's for that 800-meter title is off. Well, this is a rare sight, a women's marathon. They've been running women's marathon for about 10 years, but this is only the third time in a major championship that we've seen one. There are about 60 starters, 26 miles, 385 yards on the roads of Helsinki. And all of Scandinavia hopes that Grete Waitz, who wears 318 for Norway, will come back the winner. Why? Well, she's 3 times raised the world record for the women's marathon. She really has led this supercharge. There's a little Japanese girl going out there wearing 291. But these are very early days to start predicting winners. And we look for Grete Waitz tucked in that crowd, but she will be cheered on by the whole of Scandinavia. She's done so much for women's marathon running. I was saying it's only the 3rd championships that the women's marathon has been included. The European Championships of last year and the World Student Games. And normally, women so often run in men's marathons, mixed marathons. This is a rare chance for them to run on their own. It means that they must set their own pace. It's a very warm day here in Helsinki with temperatures up to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very humid too. So it's going to need a great deal of discipline. They will have to take a lot of water and they'll have to pace themselves very carefully. It's a hilly course. Only about 20% of the course is level and flat. And as they go on their way, this vast crowd will wish them well because many of them will remember that back in 1952, there was no women's event longer than the 200 meters. Not even the 400 meters was acceptable for women. No 800, no 1500, no 3,000 meters, and certainly no marathon. And now women are running the marathon faster than the great Emil Zatopek won his 3rd Olympic title back in 1952. So they set their way, and we still have 291 ambitiously setting away. There's Grete Waitz there in the middle. She wears red, blue and white. The American girls will be strong. The Soviet girls will be strong. The Japanese girls have set off with great ambitions. There they are. The green of Ireland right in the middle there. And Canada will be good too. And a lot of people in Britain will be hoping that Joyce Smith, at 45 years of age, could come back with a medal. That would be marvelous. Some of them accepting the challenge of the marathon for the 1st or 2nd time. Their experience is limited, but it's a large field. They will be cheered every part of the way. They will take on liquid at each of the stations where liquid is taken, and they will take on sponges too. And everyone wishes them well. You can see the crowd cheering them on in the background as they set off on the roads for the marathon. The longest event on the calendar for women, certainly. Ashford and Marlies Ger is 2nd. Now we're back out on the marathon course. Regina Joyce of Ireland wearing 260. One of 2 sisters born in England, both at American universities, but they run for Ireland where their parents live. And they're leading the pack. Grete Waitz. There's a bunch of American girls there and Soviet Union girls, but everyone would love to see the Norwegian girl who wears 318 in there in 2nd. Canadian girl is in there with her wearing 60. That's Jacqueline Garreau. And there's some very big names. Raisa Smekhnova wearing 470 of the Soviet Union with a white headband on the right. She too expected to do well in this race. A lot of support on the side of the road as they go out, and we're seeing them at 20 kilometers, and this is much further on. And still Regina Joyce is having a marvelous run. Set her stall out, this Irish girl has thrown down the gauntlet to the rest. And they're at 20 kilometers of a 42-kilometer race. Regina Joyce is leading Julie Brown from Dickerson. The American girls, look at that, 1, 2, 3. And there the pack. Regina Joyce has been caught up by Grete Waitz, and she looks across, and Grete Waitz looks the stronger. And the girl that made such a spirited challenge early on has come back to the pack. And indeed, it looks as though Grete Waitz will move away. 3 times the winner of the New York Marathon. Has never won a major championship in European. So that's very important indeed. There's the shadow of that great tower, a monument to javelin throwing. As we look for the first girl in, And it is Grete Waitz indeed. This is marvellous running from the girl from Norway. 29 years of age, from Oslo, whose husband Jack is her coach and constant companion. She was first encouraged into athletics by a javelin thrower, would you believe, Terje Pedersen, the world's first 300-foot javelin thrower. He too a Norwegian, that's why the Norwegian flags are going. So that's marvellous. She's got two brothers who are also marathon runners, and she's faster than them both. And this will bring tears to their eyes as their little sister wins the first major title. She's the reigning world cross-country champion. She's been 5 times the winner, 4 times in succession, but never won a track title in a major championships. In 1978, in the European Championship, she was beaten for speed at 3,000 meters by a Russian girl called Ulmasova. And her toughest task now may be to hold that laurel wreath on her shoulders. She's just run 26 miles, 385 yards. And that is a marvellous victory for the world of women's athletics, for Scandinavia in particular, because she is regarded in the same vein as many of the world's men's great champions at marathon. She has so much respect for the rest. And here's the Russian girl, Raisa Smekhnova, into the stadium being chased by Marianne Dickerson of the United States. Marianne Dickerson in her 3rd ever marathon. She's only run 2 before. And Raisa Smekhnova will run fast, running wide, I don't know why. And she looks very tired and looks over her shoulder to see what the American girl is going to do. It's been very warm on the course. That gap is closing. That gap is closing, and suddenly Marianne Dickerson can sense that she could be second. And she goes past the Russian girl without so much as a look. And she's running for the line now. She's got about 70 meters to go. And that's a pity for the Russian girl, but it's well done to the American girl as she comes home following Grete Waitz's time of 2 hours, 28 minutes and 9 seconds. Look at this. Here's the second girl home, and she's going to be 2 hours, 31 minutes and 9 seconds. And Smekhnova, the 3rd girl there, in 2 hours, 31 and 13. So it was a race to the end, and it was a marvellous, emotional victory for the girl from Norway that put women's... Now, that victory ceremony for Grete Waitz of Norway, the first world champion in these inaugural championships. 41 gold medals to be presented. The first goes to Norway and to Grete Waitz, and no one will deny that it couldn't have gone to a more deserving person. There's not a dry eye in the house as the Norwegian flag is hoisted. Watching herself on the giant scoreboard. Marianne Dickerson of the United States in 2nd place. Raisa Smekhnova of the Soviet Union in 3rd. And Rosa Motta of Portugal, the European champion, not on the podium. She finished 4th. First victory ceremony in these first ever World Championships. The first